One bunt, two wheel plays, one defensive masterpiece. This is the moment that flipped NLDS Game 2. Today we're breaking down the Bryson Stott bunt sequence and how the Dodgers wheel play cut down Nick Castellanos at third. Welcome to the Coaches Tape by Baseball Authority. This series breaks down big league moments the way coaches teach them. Strategy, positioning, decision-making, and execution. Let's set the stage. NLDS Game 2, bottom 9, Dodgers 4, Phillies 3, no outs. Nick Castellanos just hit a 2-run double to left, tying run on second, the crowd is alive, and the leverage is maxed. Dodgers go to lefty Alex Vesia for Bryson Stott, a lefty-on-lefty matchup. Stott is hitting .225 this year against lefties. Phillies call for a sacrifice bunt to move Castellanos to third. What happens next decides the game. Rob Thomson's rationale postgame, left-on-left matchup, play for the tie at home, and he had confidence in the Phillies bullpen relative to the Dodgers. The call all the way for him was bunt with Stott. Thomson also noted a roster bind, not pinch running for Castellanos because Harrison Bader was about to hit, and he would need a runner for him if he reached. They kept Weston Wilson on the bench for that. Through the coaching lens, old school one-run thinking says, get the tying run 90 feet away with one out. Modern run optimization says, with a runner on second, no outs, your run expectancy is strong. Don't trade an out, especially with the heart of the order looming and multiple ways to score. You also risk that lead runner if the defense is on an aggressive bunt coverage. Here's what most people missed. Stott squared around on the first pitch from Vesia, but pulled the bunt back because it was ball one. On this play, the Dodgers showed the wheel play. Stott himself said post-game, obviously I saw what they were doing on the first one. This is a critical coaching moment. This is where the adjustment should have happened. Stott recognized the wheel coverage, pulled back correctly for ball one. But on pitch 2, the Phillies didn't adjust the approach. They kept the bunt on despite seeing the defense's hand. Thomson said postgame, we tell our guys that if you see a wheel, just pull back and slash, because you have all kinds of room up the middle. But Mookie broke so late, it was tough for Stott to pick it up. Here's where the contradiction comes in. What Stott and the Phillies did see pitch 1. The question becomes, why didn't they take the bunt off after seeing the wheel coverage? Enter the wheel play. A high commitment bunt defense. Third baseman charges the bunt, shortstop wheels across to take third. First baseman crashes, and second covers first. Pitcher fields the middle zone, catchers direct traffic. The goal, erase the lead runner. Mookie Betts initiated the wheel call during the pitching change. He called a wheel, disguised it as much as possible so Stott couldn't easily read and slash. But they had already shown their coverage on pitch 1. The Dodgers had ran this play only once during the regular season, against the Angels in August.
Pitch. Bunted to Freddie Freeman. He spins. He goes to third. In time! They get Mike Trout, the lead runner.
As Freddie Freeman said, there are things that you do in spring training that never come throughout the regular season. So here we go. 1-0 count. Stott squares again. This time he commits to the bunt towards third base. Exactly where Max Muncy was charging. Muncy has a perfect first step. Great angle through the ball. Quick exchange. No hitch. And throws it perfectly to third base. Betts, full sprint to third, glove presented early at the bag, tag secured throughout the slide. Now let's talk about Castellanos. He has a slow break from second. Mookie outruns him, and he's dead to rights at third. Here's some coaching points in execution. Bryson Stott, against a wheel that you've already seen, this is where you either need to pull back and slash, or push a bunt away from the charging third baseman. Bunting into the teeth of the wheel gives them exactly what they want. For the runner on second, you need to get a better jump, especially when you have seen the coverage of the play before. That out at third slashed the Phillies' win expectancy from 45% to 21% and changed the momentum of the entire inning. Even when Bader singled next, the tying run was no longer 180 feet from home. It had been erased. So what should have happened? After seeing the wheel on pitch 1, option 1, you can take the bunt off immediately. You've seen their coverage. You're up in the count 1-0. You can look for a pitch to drive to tie the game. Option 2, you know the middle is going to be vacated, so you can put on a slash. Option 3, at a minimum, communicate to Castellanos that the wheel play is on and he needs to get a better secondary lead and follow the shortstop. This sequence perfectly illustrates why preparation and adjustments are crucial. The Dodgers showed you their defense on pitch 1. In playoff baseball, you must adapt immediately. Thomson's own postgame comments confirm they teach this. We tell our guys that if you see a wheel, just pull back and slash, because you have all kinds of room in the middle. So why didn't that happen? Coaching takeaways you can use for hitters: pre-pitch scan. Check out the corner depth, shortstop positioning. If you show bunt and see wheel coverage, you must adjust immediately. You never want to bunt into the teeth of an aggressive coverage you've already identified. For base runners, when your hitter shows bunt and the defense shows wheel, you need to be able to feel that shortstop and where he's going. Get a good secondary and beat him to third base.
But as a base runner, you have to see what's going on. Mookie isn't really holding him on. He's just kind of standing right there behind him. And what I didn't like about his lead is Castellanos went straight out. You're always taught at second base, when you take your lead, you walk towards the shortstop.
Because it looked like Mookie's in a dead sprint.
Right, and you're almost at that position, he can feel Mookie, he can hear Mookie. When Mookie moves, you move with him. But remember, there's no force play. There's no force play at third.
He's got to tag you at third.
He has to tag you at third. So they're giving up second base. That means I can get as far as I can because no one's going to be at second base for a back pick.
I can always turn around
I can
and
always get back. He didn't do that. He was just kind of sitting there almost like there was no game plan.
For coaches, if your player sees the wheel coverage on pitch 1 and pulls back, that's your cue to adjust the approach. Be explicit. Bunt only if they're not in the wheel. If in the wheel, green light a slash. Drill the wheel counter. Pair bunting reps with immediate slash adjustments. So what made the Dodgers elite here? Betts' defensive IQ to call and execute a wheel coverage, Muncy's perfect charge and throw, and their willingness to stick with an aggressive coverage even after showing it pitch 1. They trusted their execution enough to show the wheel twice and still get the out. That's some confidence in your defense. The aftermath. So Harrison Bader signaled next and was pitch ran for by Weston Wilson. The inning ends with Turner rolling over to second. Dodgers take a 2-0 series lead. 2 pitches, 2 wheel coverages, 1 missed adjustment. This sequence shows why championship baseball is played in the details. Seeing the defense, processing the information, and making the adjustment. The Phillies saw it coming and still couldn't counter it. That's the difference between good and great. Coach's Tape will keep breaking down these crucial moments. Comment what play to dissect next, and subscribe for more episodes.